really great to see all of you.
We're on.
Good to see you too, Tim. We're on.
Yes,
Marty?
we're on, Marty.
All right, we ready to get started then? Let me, where did my song go? I had it right here and it just disappeared on me, so.
That's a good time. Welcome, Jeffrey Morlock is joining us. If you are on the attendee list right now, please raise your hands if you like to be on the panel. We'd love to have you on, especially all the top events, travelers. Go ahead, Milo. Sorry.
All right, here we go. Ready? Here we go, people. Julie and Milo show is here today. You don't want to miss a single word they say. I'm bringing you founders from near and far. Listen as they tell you what happened in Boston. Listen to the stories and how they tell. In just 5 minutes, how they're doing well. Telling us what it's all about today. And how they're loud in that old blast away on passive. It's here today on passive. There's just no better way to listen to the Julie and the Milo show. So then you can be the very first to know on passive. It's here to stay. Julie and Milo show is coming your way Saturday on passive. Oh, yeah. Julie, take it away.
Thank you, Milo. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Today is April 2nd, 2022. Welcome to the Julie and Milo show. My name is Julie. I'm coming to you from Orange County, California. My dear friend, Milo. Milo, if you could please say hello to everyone.
Hey everyone, how you guys doing? From Nashville, Tennessee, it is Milo, the little bitty guy.
Thank you, Milo. Welcome all of our friends around the world joining us today, Saturday, April 2nd, just to kind of tell it all about the event that we were such an honor for all of us to be part of the event. And it was such an honor. And I'd like to start the honor today to invite my dearest friend, my dearest brother, to tell us the behind the scene, starting from Zoom. So Marty, thank you so much for holding down the fork with Red and Robin and everyone at Zoom, at home in Zoom to help with this event. So I'm gonna send it to Marty.
I did not know I was going first, but I will try. Yeah, it was it was pretty crazy, actually. We got started, we were a little late. I got all the YouTubes running, and then the last YouTube that I didn't hook up because I wasn't told to at the time was the ONPASSIVE corporate one. Well, the ONPASSIVE corporate one is actually feeding this live event. It's not getting fed, it's the feeder. So we got started. I know that the tech team was in Zoom because they got locked out and I had to go get a new password. That was last Monday. But we never communicated together, which we probably should have. And they got going and I got a phone call. I've got 299 phone calls, but one of the phone calls was, hey, somebody's going to call you from the tech team. You got to help them get that. Okay. They wrote me and, hey, I want to sign up. I said, go ahead. What do you want me to do? Push the button. I said, that button is pushed. I already pushed it. Well, we can't see ONPASSIVE. I said, because ONPASSIVE is a feed. It's not, you're not receiving, you're giving. Oh, well then look for it. I said, it's not there. I need you to give me, you got to give me something to feed in. They go, well, anyway, that went back and forth. And remember, this whole thing's on a timer, right? I mean, there's a certain amount of time and this event is starting. So finally I said, do you have a link that you can share and somebody can share their screen? Oh, yeah. So he sent a link and Ash at that time called with a real calm voice. Marty, give them what they want. I said, okay, I'm trying to, but anyway, so it was cool. They gave the link to Ash, he shared it, and everything turned out okay after that anyway. Then I took everybody off the panel because I was requested to, and we'll bring them on 4 at a time. So I took everybody off. Problem is, I took everybody off at 19,999 people. So when they came back on, they were locked out of YouTube, Zoom. So half the panel can't get on. So I'm going, oh my God. So I asked, goes, you got people ready to talk? No, I didn't tell him that. I just went, hold on a minute. But behind the scenes, I'm slamming my head on the table. But anyway, I finally got people to come back on. In the meantime, they were going around the room. So everything worked out okay. But behind the scenes was not quite as smooth as it might have appeared. But anyway, we made out all right. And thank God, I want to say this again, thank God for Red Redford. So Red comes on, do you want me to stay? And I said, if you leave, I will hunt you down, right? Because I'm in trouble. You got to do this little dance while I'm trying to, because I couldn't have done it. I couldn't. And he did unbelievable. Remind me to kiss him right in the head when I see him, but he did fantastic. And I'm texting and talking to everywhere, where they were, where he was, where the guy, but anyway, it turned out okay. I'm not complaining because it's an experience that I learned a lot in a very short amount of time, but I was happy to be involved. It really turned out okay. I thank everybody for being there, and everybody was great support. Everybody was a good sport because I had to bring people back on, but I know what I'm going to do next time. I'm not going to listen to some people, and I'm going to listen to others, but we'll be better off. So that's all I got, really. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Marty. Really appreciate you and Red and everyone behind the scenes doing that. I'm sending this mic back to Milo. Milo, if you could please take the mic.
Thank you. And thank you, Marty. You guys did wonderful with what we went through. I was there, and man, you guys were incredible. Red was incredible. And thank both of you for your great time. And what we're going to do today, we're going to change the format just a little bit. If you were in Boston, you're allowed 5 minutes. We'll go 5 minutes. If otherwise, we're back to the same 3-minute rule. But that way we can try to get everyone in. I know everyone's excited about it and happy. And so that's the way we're going to do it. Does that sound good, Julie?
Yes, that's perfect. That's perfect, Milo. Thank you so much. I also noticed that Mohammed is joining us today. And as everyone heard from the event, Mohammed Kamal is now in Dubai. And I appreciate your joining us today, Mohammed, but I know you are the guest of ONPASSIVE 360. So right here today, if you could please only just the teasers, please don't tell it all. This show is a tell it all, but only for you, Mohammed Kamal. I would like you to tell it all in ONPASSIVE 360. And ONPASSIVE 360, as everyone know, it is a live for Marty DeGamo, Red Redford, and Chris Johnson. And I believe Marty has announced it last week that Mohammed Kamal is going to join them on that day. So only the teaser. All right. Thank you so much for joining us as well. Who would you like to start, Milo? Or would you like to start?
You know what? I had a great time there. I don't know what's going on here. I had a great time there. What a wonderful time. I mean, number one, let me get my clock going. Just meeting everyone. We have some incredible founders, and it was just so nice to not only see them. I missed you, Marty. I really did. And Red, we missed you guys. But the founders that were there, and just to be in their presence and meet them, get to hug them. There's nothing like that, It was just a wonderful time. And Mr. Ash is an incredible host. I'm going to tell you that right now. Talk about eat. Man, did we eat? I mean, we had food every day, every night, He just took care of us so well. And it was my first time to Boston, and I loved it. I mean, I've always wanted to go there. I didn't get out much and see things, but I did get to see from my room, got to see, the harbor and all that. It was really cool, and just a wonderful time that we had it. But like I said, to get to meet all the other founders that I've seen, on the shows, Chris Johnson, Peter Schur, everyone, Jeffrey Morlock was there. We were all there. Little Charles Osong, he was a little bit littler than I thought he was, but it was cool. It was awesome to be there. So that's all I got to say. It was a wonderful time. So I guess let's go ahead and start. Let me see if I can find the hands that are up. How do you want to do this, Julie? Are we going with the people that went to Boston first? Or are we gonna?
I would love to have that, Milo. But before we go on to that, I'd like to ask you a question though.
Okay.
What was it like meeting Ash the second time?
Oh, it was, man, it was, shall I say, what I expected kind of from meeting him the first time. I don't think you can forget what Ash is like the first time, and then to meet him the second time, it was basically the same thing. I mean, when we met each other, we embraced and it's like the hearts connected, and but even more so now because I know so much more about him. I know about humanity and how he thinks, and or I like to think I know kind of how he thinks. I don't think you can ever know how that guy thinks all the way, but just the humanity part, how he is so exuberant, how he loves everybody, and it's just incredible to watch that guy work, and he's one of those guys that when he walks in the room or when you're in his presence, he demands attention. It's kind of like someone was saying E.F. Hutton. You remember the old commercial when E.F. Hutton walked in, everyone goes, shh, E.F. Hutton's here. And when he talks, everybody listens, and that's kind of the way it is around Ash. You just have to have a lot of respect for him.
Very true. I noticed that you and him was kind of like, what do you call it when he shoulder chink with you? And he tried to pick you up. That was really cool.
He come at me. It was, and it was just cool to meet the second time. And he did say, he said to me once, he goes, Milo. He said the first time we met, it was at Denny's. He said, tonight it's at Eddie V's, big difference, but what a great time. So, hey, Julie, how about we hear from you? What was your takeaway on it?
Oh my gosh, it was, I have no words to describe. I was so excited to see him. We were like getting together in the lobby and he just jumped out of nowhere and say, hello. He was the energy, the happiness when he saw his founders, his friends. It's like you haven't seen each other for a long time, and he just embraced everybody. And it was just so amazing just to watch the energy that he has and the love that he has. As special for me is he came and we hugged really tight. And then suddenly he picked me up without me even notice, because if he was to say that he was going to pick me up, then I just kind of dragged myself heavy down. But he hugged and then he just picked me up like that. It was a very special feeling at that time. I can't describe how it feels, but the part when I met all the founders in person at the airport, it was a very special moment. We were like, hi, we hugged everybody. It's kind of like the family reunion where we haven't seen. I think we really made a scene there at the airport. We truly did made a scene at the airport. And what I missed the most was the presence of Marty DeGamo. Truly, really miss him so much when, we are there among all the founders. John White was the first time I've met him. Cynthia Brown, everybody, we all like embracing each other with hugs. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I think we did made a scene. Did I say that? I think I did. We truly made a scene at the airport. and there was a couple of people who was kind of like watching us, and we told them to go to the top.live to see what happened. But it was just amazing meeting every single one of the founders in person. And it's really nice that we have this opportunity here to tell the expected and unexpected. Chris Johnson does look the same as I expected to see him. And the amazing part was he and I were just, hugging each other really tight. And I think we hugged more than once. And it was just very special. Every single one of us seeing each other there, it was truly special. And that moment, I don't think we could ever forget. It's like a family reunion where we already known each other, So that's it about me. There's more, but we can continue that in a bit. I noticed that Dave Graham has his hand raised. Dave Graham, if I may ask you to let the travelers speak first, and then we will come back with everyone at home. Thank you so much. All the travelers, I noticed Peter Schurer is joining us. Chris Johnson is joining us here. Lynn Nakamoto. Who else are here?
Jeffrey
Jeffrey Morlock is
Yeah, if
here.
you guys want to raise your hands, all of you, we'll bring you on. And we'd like to hear from everyone that went to Boston.
Yes.
First. So if you guys will raise your
We have
hands. There's
Bob
Peter.
and Oliver. Bob and Oliver are here as
Yep,
well.
Bob and Oliver.
Right.
Lynn Nakamoto's here. Let's see who else is here.
Yes, there's two panels here, so I have to look for you. If you could please,
Jeffrey Morlock.
Jeffrey, if you could please raise your hands too. Mohammed Kamal, I'm not sure what is your time. Yes, Marty, I'm not sure what is your time here with us. How long do you have with us? Please let us know too. I sent you a message so that you could please raise your hands too if you like to. So that Sherry Dershaway is here. Who else?
Lynn
All right.
Nakamoto.
Lynn Nakamoto is here. David, I'm lowering your hand just so that we don't mess up, but I would like for you to speak first if you could. Let's see,
Lynn,
who else?
Lynn.
Lynn, did you raise your hands, Lynn? I don't see your hands right. Yeah, Lynn is in. You're muted.
I'm trying to.
Oh, okay.
Okay. All right, let's have Lynn go first because she is one of the women here and she doesn't have her hands. Oh, she did. Is that okay, gentlemen, if we can have Lynn go first?
Absolutely.
And then Sherry.
Okay. Well, I would say it was, like everyone said, it was memorable, surreal to think that I was there with Ash Mafara and the leaders of the company and to experience the actual event. That was really special. I think that when we spent time at the airport, it was really nice. Well, we waited to get things firmed up. It was hours of time sitting and actually getting to know one another. And I thought that was a special time for me, to actually sit and speak with everybody. I thought that was awesome. And then just to meet Ash Mafara, he's just a very loving and kind, humble man. He treats everyone with respect. He would speak with our waiters like they really count, the Uber drivers. He's so good to every human being. And I think that made an impact on me to know how what a wonderful human being Ash Mafara is. I don't want to speak too long. I know there's quite a few of us that want to speak. That's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you, Lynn. It was so fun hanging out and getting to meet you and Ron a little bit more, and stuff. And you were so right about Ash. Everybody is special. He makes everybody, I don't care who you are, he made you feel special, and you could see him interact with everybody. And that was great. All right, Miss Sherry Dershaway, come on down, girl, and talk to us.
Hello, everybody around the world. I was like so ecstatic and just grateful and thankful and blessed that I was even asked for one. For two, well, there's several reasons, but it was so cool to see you all at the airport. I mean, like, what are the chances of that? I mean, we could have been scattered and then met each other, but yeah, we got to bond there at the airport, so that was phenomenal. And yeah, there were unexpected people that you saw there. You're like, oh, I didn't think they were tall, or I didn't think they were that short, or what. Mostly tall and short. It had nothing else to do with anything else. But it was great to meet a lot of you. I had great times. I'm excited to see and learn and meet more people in face to face and hug you all, because we're a family. We're not just like friends that call once in a while, or we genuinely care about people, just like Ash. Ash has grown this and is the magnet to having people like him. We're all family here. And then when we went to the hotel and we met Ash, like, I really didn't think we were going to meet him that night, because I like to like kind of look a little bit presentable when I meet somebody, especially somebody as amazing as Ash. So I was thrown, but he was just like a little kid. He looked like a little kid that was getting ready to go on a ride. He was jumping up and down. He was so excited to see and meet all of us, and gave us all such embracing hugs, like Julie said, like a family, like we haven't seen in a while. So that part was amazing. And then just the whole thing, like, I still feel like, am I dreaming this? Like, I couldn't really sleep last night. I just feel like, and I can't, I can't, I'm still trying to take it all in. And I just feel so blessed. And what I really was kind of amazing was when he rolled out "Oh Blessed." Now, I knew that was going to be part of something or other, but I had no clue and what that would entail. So that, to me, it made everybody cry. And if it did make you cry, you're really not catching the main vision of ONPASSIVE company and a family company here. So that, to me, really got me. And then, like, I literally, when he said a while back about sky, or look up in the sky, I Googled, what's his name? Elon Musk. And I was seeing what he was into and that kind of thing. But that blew me away. I really wasn't. And I know that he had mentioned Dubai a while back, but I had no clue it was to this extent. I thought maybe we would have like maybe a little office somewhere in Dubai, but I didn't know where, let alone to own 2 floors in Dubai. That just blew me away. But the main thing is the heart of the family of Ashbafar and how he spreaded it throughout. Started with him and his family, and look at this large family we have now. It's just incredible to know you have family, because sometimes your real family isn't your family, if you kind of know what I mean. In some instance, like maybe just say hi in a passing, but this is a true family that you want to get together with and see. And you got that feeling from Ash, and he's so genuine. Like, he wanted to make, like, Mike came to the dinner late, and he was like, well, where's Michael? And we wasn't sure if we had enough seats, and Ash did not want to sit down until he made sure everybody had a seat, and he did not eat until he made sure everybody was fed. That, to me, is just like phenomenal. And the reason he had this event, besides he wanted to share this with us, his heart and the old bless, was when we went to the dinner, a lot of us, we're not used to being treated that way. 1, 2, we're not used to, maybe we're just used to having the cheapest thing on the menu, or we really would like to have the crab or the shrimp, but we never had them. Ash did not do that to show off. He did that to cherish you and to show you, to give you things that maybe you've always wanted and never had, felt like you couldn't get it or do it. He did not do it to show off. He did it to show you that he loves you, and he just wanted to make sure you had a good time and had good meal and you felt the love. So that's all I have to say. I'm excited to meet more of you. I'm glad I met who I did meet, and there'll be many more of this, and I'm excited to hug all of you. I love you all to pieces, and don't forget, the main reason we're in ONPASSIVE is what? Help humanity change this world. And it is going to change the world, whether you're a founder, whether you're a reseller, whether you even use our services. Going to change the world, folks. Watch out, ONPASSIVE. Here we are, to one top level, to the next top level, to the next top level, and etc. Talk to y'all later. Love you all to pieces.
OMG, that's my angel from California. Oh my gosh. I love your passion, Sherry. OMG. You know, if I made Milo, I'd like to take this opportunity to tell the chaos in the morning with Sherry. There's a way that a lot of people wanted to know. So that morning I didn't sleep the night before. So that morning when I decided that we are going to leave from our home separately to the airport, I scheduled myself with an Uber at 4:30 in the morning to leave. And when I showed up at 4:30, my Uber said that my driver is not coming for another 62 minutes. Now, the distance between where I am here in California, in my home here to the airport was about an hour. And if there's no traffic, that's an hour. If there's traffic, it could take up to 3 hours to get to the airport. It's terrible. If you heard about LAX traveling. So then I was nervous, freaking out. Sorry, that's not the word to say here, but I was so nervous. And I called Sherry. I said, Sherry, my Uber is not coming. I'll let you know. So I get on to and order another Uber. And it was, I guess, because at the time I couldn't order. So Sherry in the other end with her Uber coming in 6 minutes. And she goes, can we just go back and get you? And I said, hold on, let me get this. And I couldn't get my Uber. So I had to let her know to go back. Now, Sherry is living closer to the airport, about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes from my house. That means that she has to go back to my house, got me, and go back again. So there's like a little double right there, right? So when she came back to my house, got me, I got onto the Uber. We drove about 10 minutes. I realized the fact that I got to check to make sure that I have all my IDs, because when I woke up, I put my ID in the purse. I had another ID for my daughter in the car. So I went down to the car and I put it in there. For some reason, I didn't put it in my purse. I dropped down somewhere in the car, driving 10 minutes away already. Couldn't find it. So we alert the Uber, pull back in. Now, we already lost an hour to that point. It's already 5:30. Asked the Uber to drive back and look for my ID. Gosh, gracious. Sherry was an angel. She's calmed me down. I've never had that pit feeling in myself. My heart was beating. I felt like I was going to pass out. But I pray, I'm like, please, please, because the tickets is very expensive in the same day, and you don't want to show up late for 3 of us. We went home and thank God the ID was on the ground and nobody picked it up. So we were within about an hour, we was rushing to traffic to get there, and we made it on time. When we got to the airport, because I received the text that the flight's going to be on time. So we rushed there. But when we got there to the airport, went through all the security, and it said that our flight was 1 hour delay. On the road, get there, I call Chris, I text Peter. I said, I am in deep, the rest of the word. Text Chris Johnson. And Chris, if you could please unmute your mic and express how I was at that time. It was terrible. And what you said to me was special.
Julie was not a peacock at that moment. And what I actually told her is Julie, relax. I'm going to say a prayer for you that your plane is delayed. And boy, God is good. And he definitely answered my prayer. And Julie then was calm and sitting on a plane. And the peacock's feathers were all blown away that day. That's all I'm going to say. But she was a wreck. But we made it through it.
Wow. I never even heard that story.
Yeah, everybody's like, what happened? So then Chris was on calming me down, praying for me, just said, don't worry about it. You're going to make it. You're going to make it. Everything happened for a reason. You're going to get there. And up until when I sit down and even before get onto the plane, my tummy was just like that. That feeling where you quite try to catch your breath. And then when we got onto the plane was delayed for another hour before we get. So, but we were able to make it to Boston safely. And during that trip, I got so many angels around me. Sherry was one of them, was a very special one. And Sherry, I love you. You're amazing angels. And thank you so much for
No worries, you're the main angel here, so I know what you're talking about, but you would do it for me too. I love everybody here. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Sherry. I appreciate you so much. All right, that's the chaos, the first chaos coming from our end, my end. So thank you so much. Peter, you are next, please.
Thank you, Julie and Milo. Wow, it's amazing time in Boston. Let me tell you, I want to give a special thanks to Julie and Chris for last minute getting everybody's information so we can get them airline tickets like the night before. We're talking at 11 p.m. when we got notified to start making reservation for some of the people that, you know, they needed some help with the reservations. And between the three of us, we really got together and we made it happen, basically. Everybody got in there that needed to be there, that Mr. Ash requested. And the only one person that dropped out in the last minute was Key Wendell. Would have loved to seen him. He's a great guy. Unfortunately, he had some work to do to, as you know, he works in a hospital and he was needed in there. We miss you, Key Wendell. And also, I want to take the time to thank Marty DeGarmo and Red Redfern and Bill Must. The three of them, I would have loved to see all three of them in the event, but unfortunately, they were not able to make it. Definitely next time we would have something to gather around all of us. Meeting each and every one that was there, I could spend hours and hours and hours with each one of you guys, because all of you are very interesting individuals. And I learned a lot from you, the experience being in there together. You know, we see each other on a Zoom, but, you know, you are right, Milo, and, you know, the sizes of the people and Sherry, and, you know, they're different. You think that they're different kind of heights and what have you, but it was amazing, you know, from Jeffrey Morlock to Gershmender to Bob and Oliver. I mean, I can go on and on. Everybody, Dr. Bill Williams, I don't want to forget everybody, so I'm not going to mention names, Len Nakamoto, I mean, everyone. Amazing time. Mr. Ash was fantastic. He's literally let you know, you're like you said, Milo, you're the only one in the room. You're a VIP to him. He's so active. He jumps. Julie had her daughter in there. He jumps with her. I mean, he's like a little kid, and you know, in the candy store, seeing us, he was very happy about each one of us in there. And the event, of course, was fantastic. It's one of a kind. We loved every minute of it. The treatment that Mr. Ash did give us is one of a kind. This is the best experience I had in my life. This is the third, I'm lucky, I don't know how it happened to me. This is the third time I'm actually seeing Mr. Ash. And every time I just love the guy even more. He's just like a brother to me. Thank you all, I appreciate it. And let's meet next time at another event somewhere around the world.
Absolutely, it was that, and I'm going to tell everyone here right now, if you ever get a chance to meet Mr. Ashman Farrell and you don't take that chance, shame on you, because he will change your life. I mean, just like Peter said, you are a VPI to him. Everybody that's there is a VPI to him, you know, and it's incredible the way that he does. And to get to meet all these guys, a guy I don't know that much about, but I had a fun time out in Boston with him, and he's coming up right now, Mr. Bob, the security man. Come on down, brother. It's good to see you.
Hi, Milo. Hi, Julie. Hello, every founder in here. Oh my God, what an awesome experience. For those of us who are Africans here, let me explain my initial experience. You know, I was the last to get to Boston due to, you know, how God does his things. I got delayed. So everybody else had arrived and I was the last. So when I got to the airport and as I'm descending the escalator, everybody is down. I'm seeing everybody. Just like when we visit home, when we go back home to visit, to those of us who've been here for a while, when we go back home to visit, the whole family is at the airport to welcome you, to receive you. That was a feeling I got. As soon as I went through that escalator and as I'm coming down, everybody, I could just hear Chris Johnson's infectious, positive energy and his voice, you know, and Julie's warm hug. I saw everybody, Auntie Lynn, Nakamado, you know, Mr. Morlock, Jeffrey Morlock, John White, everybody. I mean, it's just like I came home to my family. That's the feeling I got, guys. Just like when we go home after a while here to visit and our families come to the airport to receive us. That was the feeling that I got. And it was so warm and, you know, worth a while. When we got to the hotel, I was privileged to be at a vantage position where I was the only one who could see Mr. Ash as he came to say hello to us. So this is what he did to me. As he's approaching us, he sees that I've seen him, I locked eyes with him, he made like this to me. And then he came around and then he surprised all of us. But immediately he did that, he gave me a big hug and he actually also lifted me up. As big as I am, Ash Mufara lifted me up and put me down. His greetings was just so warm and loving, you know, to all of us. Then we had dinner that evening. There was just a lot of food. You can tell the man, he wanted us to have fun, to have as much fun as we could. Then the next day, on Wednesday, you could see why Ash Mufara is really Ash, why ONPASSIVE. In the midst of all, maybe our little stress that we had, you could see the coolness of the guy. Nobody could tell that there was anything going on. He was just calm. Maybe he would wake up, go outside, you know, talk on the phone for a little bit, come back in. He was just calm. You could feel this calm presence. The man's aura, the aura of Ash Mufara is something else. He's a very, very intelligent guy, but you can tell that he wants everyone. He looks at all of us as equal. He doesn't feel like, oh, I'm superior or anything like that. No, you won't see that or get that from Ash Mufara. I mean, he wants all of us, every single one of us, to be like him. You know, he actually even at one point went and took his perfume in his bag and was spraying it to all of us, the guys, so that we should all smell like him. You can tell that this man, he's carrying all of us and he wants all of us to get there with him, you know. What can I say? ONPASSIVE also brought out some talents that we didn't know, you know. I saw Mr. Redfern journalize ONPASSIVE, like he acted like a seasoned journalist with years of experience. The way he presented us to the public, that was so calm. I was in awe of you know, Mr. Redfern's presentation. Of course, Brother Madi was the anchor man behind the scenes, doing what he does best to always make sure, you know, everything is in order. Julie, Peter Sura, I could see everybody like really trying to make sure things go well, you know. So it was just an honor, an absolute honor for me personally, being inside the room where history was made. I could hear at one point when everything was ready. I think I took a picture of that moment. Mr. Ash received a call and somebody was telling him, okay, press the button or something like that, to press the button, some button. I don't know, maybe he was talking to Mari or someone else, but they were telling him to go ahead and start. And I was in that room at that moment where history was made. That is going to live with me for the rest of my life, guys. It was just an honor. Then meeting everybody, all of us. It was just like we're one family, you know. I would not live here without saying that Milo is really tall. And Milo, You have invited me to Nashville. I take on that invitation. I'm going to come there so that we can have fun. And I hope we meet again sometime so that we can just continue to do the work that we're going to do, other than all the money that we're going to make. Yes, that is a done deal, but we have some work to do to repair many, many parts of the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Bob. It was great meeting you on that day. And that was our second time meeting. You're still great. And we're
Yes.
so appreciative of everyone. Thank you so much for sharing.
Thank you.
All right. I've noticed that Guzmender and Dr. Bill William are also here with us. So I'm going to remove some of the pin so that I can bring in more. I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then if you like to speak again, I would love for you to raise your hands. All the travelers that are not pinned, I'm just moving you back into so that I can bring on some more. Dr. Bill William, I am pinning you on, and I believe I see Guzmender is also here. Let's see, let me find him. Milo, I'm sending it back to you. If you could introduce the next speaker so that I can find other travelers.
Guzmender's here. He is here.
Yes.
All right, this guy, what a guy, man. I love meeting these guys that I don't really know a lot about, but Oliver, come on down and talk to us, brother. It was great meeting you.
Yeah, hey everybody. It was nice. Let me start the journey from the airport. When I came, I was received at the airport like a king and like a family, warmness, everything. Chris Johnson was just opening his arm for me to get in for a big hug. Milo, Jeffrey came and was asking me, the IT guys, how you guys doing? How you guys doing it? I said, Jeffrey, this is my 9-to-5 job. So Julie was there with Peter Sore. They were like trying to make some arrangement. I don't know. I was asking, but what are they talking about? They were in the corner. Then Chris would go and meet them there talking. I said, but what are they talking? Then they say, oh, they're trying to make arrangement for our hotel. I said, okay. It was a nice moment, warm, family. When we got to the hotel, there comes Ash Mufara, hugging everybody like a father, like a grandfather that has seen all the kids, Then he said, go upstairs, drop your bags, come for dinner. There's something over there waiting for you. When he came, he makes sure that everybody is in, except Michael Williams. And he asked, where's Mike? Where's Michael Williams? And when Michael Williams came, they gave all of us food. We ate, and he was like started cracking jokes, talk to us, like a father in a fatherly way, Then the following day now was the raid day, the D-Day. Wednesday, it was also a good day, though there were a little bit of hiccups, but he saw the way he composed himself like a CEO. Now it was a different Ash. When he came, he was happy with us, but when the raid time, you saw him now like a CEO, like, one thing I said, he's humble, he's respectful, and I learned a lot, some few things from him that within that 48 hours. His humbleness, and he told me, Oliver, I was drinking a shot of cognac. He said, Oliver, stop it. It's going to freeze up your brain. We need you. I was like, from then, it makes me to understand that I should stop the drinking. I should reduce it, or I should just stop it. So that alone, Then again, he talked about to replicate that. He taught us that day on that Tuesday that we have to replicate ourselves. And that made me to say, wow. So, so that if I die today, God forbid, if I die today, my journey will continue, my legacy will continue, So that power of replication that he said was something that was really, really, Then the other one, he started the mission already, the O Blessed mission in India. That put tears on everybody's eyes when we saw it. Then when my big brother Marty Degamo, when we were at that moment, he also crashed. All of us in the room there, with all of us shed tears when the CEO himself started talking also about the family, and it was all tears of joy, because we've gone through a lot for the past how many years, you know. It was all tears of joy. And like my brother Bob just said, that moment that they asked him to press that button, you know, and I'm very happy and proud, you know, to be an O-founder, an ONPASSIVE O-founders. And I'm sure that we are all proud to be an O-founder. You know, and the thing I want to also say is that the time has come. ONPASSIVE is not fiction. It's not an illusion. ONPASSIVE is real. From that Wednesday, that moment that the CEO pushed that button, ONPASSIVE is real. And everywhere in Dubai is ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE, ONPASSIVE. I keep calling every day in Dubai, calling friends. They say it's all everywhere is ONPASSIVE. Everywhere is ONPASSIVE. So I'm very proud, and I want to say thank you to everybody. The CEO, I want to say thank you for the invitation, and Madi Degamo, also thank you to thank Peter Suri. They were there for all the work that they did. Julie, all what they were doing. Chris Johnson, I just want to say thank you, Lynn, everybody that was there, and as a family, thank you very much. God bless.
Thank you, Oliver. It was such a pleasure meeting you, and it was so fun that we all get to be in this room together. Appreciate you, and really cool to watch these tech guys talking to Ash, you know, on the side. So can't wait to hear that conversations or to hear what you've learned from that with
it's private.
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm saying. It was just really, really cool. Thank you so much, Oliver. Up next, I see Chris Johnson. Chris, if you would, please.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Milo. I didn't have any fun. Wait. Today's April 2nd. I'm thinking it was April 1st. No, I had a blast. I had a riot. I'm going to try to keep this under 3 minutes.
Oh, you got 5.
Oh, I got 5. Thanks, Milo. I'll make it 6.
Went to
Just
Boston,
joking.
get 5.
All right. You know, in a journey, any kind of journey, there's always the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I'm going to bounce off Peter and Julie about the day before the flights, we'll call it. We got a phone call at about 11:30 at night. Hey, guys, we need some help. All right. We all try to keep up Ash's time, which is not easy to do. In that process, we had about 5 or 6 hours to get everyone scheduled on a flight, which is not a good time to do that because most of the people were sleeping. I had to call John White at, I think, about 2 o'clock in the morning and wake him up. And if you see how big John is, it's not some guy you really want to wake up at 2 in the morning. Then I had to call Lynn and her husband. And I think that was right around 2:30 in the morning. Thank God they were still up. And it was really, let's put it this way. Everything at that time in my mind was against us. We were getting shot at. People were throwing grenades at us. Arrows were flying. And it was really a horrible experience. And I'm not going to lie, because every one of us were kind of like in panic mode. Peter Shore, I would say, was very professional, handled it like a champ. And me and Julie were a little, not peacocky, we'll call it. We were a little raveled because at that last minute, I think there was one flight, had one seat. My God, God was definitely on our side working with us. But I stopped. I had not even packed my suitcase yet. It was now 5 o'clock in the morning. And I'm thinking, I got to try to sleep an hour. And I'm thinking, all the stuff I went through, I thought for the first time, this is what Ash Mafar has been going through for over 3 years. All right. And that's how I put it in my mind is, man, I had to do it for a couple hours. Stop being such a sissy, you big head. This guy's done it for 3 years. And he's taken some arrows that were so big, and I'm sure it knocked him right through the wall, a few of them. But he never stopped them. And we all put in our heads, I believe, that day is there's nothing that can stop this. Even though we got fireballs being thrown at us right now, we're not going to stop doing it. And you know what? It worked out pretty good because then when I got the pleasure of flying with Peter Shore, who I've known for many, many years. And I remember looking at Pete and said, Pete, how many years at work did we talk about a moment like this? How it would be so great to be part of something so big. And I go, Pete, we're here. We're here. My God, we're here. And Pete is very calm. And he looks at me, You're right. You know, give me some excitement, Pete. I'm walking behind him in the plane. I said, Pete, I want 1% of excitement out of you. I'm going to make you laugh. I'm going to make you go crazy like me. Two odd guys. One's professional, one's crazy. And you know, I'm the professional guy. Anyway, when we did get to the airport, it was just a really, now I was nervous. People don't realize it. I was very nervous. And I said, well, I know John White was the first one here. He's been here since 1 o'clock. We got, I think down there by 4:30 or something like that. And I said, Pete, you're not going to miss John White. Never met him, but we're not going to miss him. And we're walking, and I turn to my left, and I go, in my eye, see him. That's got to be him. It's got to be. And little Lynn is sitting right next to him. I don't even see Lynn. All I see is John, and I yelled out, John White. And his eyes, he's got really big eyes, opened up real wide, and it was on. And let me tell you something. You heard me say the other day that people don't really look the same when you meet them in person. All right. Lynn Nakamoto, she's a beautiful woman, but the camera hides her beauty. When I first saw her, I thought, wow, Lynn is very, very beautiful. And you look beautiful to me now, but she just was a different kind of beautiful. All right. Julie Wen, you all know, we've been very close friends for a very long time. Very exciting. Yeah, we did do a couple hugs. That was it. I hugged everyone the same way I hugged Julie. Even Gershminder, that was a fun one. But I don't want to go through all the names. I just want to let you know, as in the journey, there is always the good and bad and ugly. But the good always wins. And we did it. Everything was against us. Everything through the whole 2 days. And guess what? It was pulled off perfectly. Everyone was happy. And I was so proud to be part of it with these 19 other individuals, 20 with Ash. I don't even talk about Ash. You guys, to me, those 3 days are more important. That was the beautiful thing. And Ash knows who I am. He knows I love people. But thank you. I loved every one of you. And it was a great experience. I hope everyone gets to do that. Back to you, Mr. Milo.
All right. Thank you, Chris. It was so much fun. And like you said, if people only knew the life of Ash, what we went through a little bit, was crazy, but what a whirlwind. But like you said, there's going to be some memories made, and we made memories sitting at the airport that day. We made some good memories, and not everyone's not going to know it, but the people that were there, it's all about the journey. It's about the journey and enjoying what we've got right now. And I encourage all of you to do that. All right, next up, we got none other than Mr. Jeffrey Morlock. Come on down, brother.
Hey, and good day to everybody. I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful time there. I see, Dr. Bill, you made it, and I'm certainly thankful for that. And I appreciate you being here as well. I know that you're on the road, brother. Milo and Julie, absolutely. I'm tickled to death to be here. I probably don't have as much to share as everybody else, but that doesn't mean that it's not in my head and my heart, because I'll tell you, I am so absolutely wonderfully blessed. I started this journey like 4 years ago, and feel like I've been on a path of redemption, because I feel like I'm being compensated for faults or something, of some sort. But 6 months after I started my journey, I joined ONPASSIVE. I never looked back. It's changed my life. But this visit to Boston, meeting with Ash, meeting with these leaders, spending time with these leaders, the event itself changed me. Again, it changed me from the core, for an outward emanation of that change that I've already started to incorporate into my life. And it's just part of the effect of being part and parcel of an event where you meet people and you share one-on-one with them and their energies and everything. And I'm telling you, you meet with Ash and leaders like this, just like I'm sure most of everybody will eventually. But wow, when you add to that the magnificent things that happened in the Hyderabad office that same day with the giving away of all those gifts, and that ended up with the car giveaway, and then you go through the emotional experience of the rolling out of Oblast. I'm telling you, there wasn't a dry eye in the room where I was, and I was certainly putting my head down and wiping my eyes as well, because it's just a touching thing to happen. And then when you talk about the medical fields and what they were doing with that, with the Joy Foundation and things of that nature, all culminating into the Dubai building laser show and the realization that we're in there and everything. It was just absolutely so overwhelming, just so hard to all take in and keep up with without losing some aspect of it. But I'm telling you, it was something that I will never ever forget. I know that event, that Boston event for me, with ONPASSIVE, with Ash Mufareh, without a doubt, the stories that you hear from these leaders and from others, you can trust what they're saying. You can trust them. Mr. Mufareh is a multifaceted man with so many different ways that you could look at him, in every one of those ways, no matter what angle, no matter what light you see him in, everything about him is guided, is maintained, and is projected through a heart of love and fellowship. And it was never ever so obvious as it was with that, in that last, man, it's almost like the Last Supper. We had in this room that was all the leaders in him, and it was just such a phenomenal event. I can't even do it justice. So, hopefully you'll hear everything that everybody's saying, and it makes it so real. Because for me, it was certainly a pinnacle event in my life. And I feel, as I had started my path so long ago, and with ONPASSIVE, I have been redeemed in a sense, and been brought to wholeness, and I have a passion and a focus. So that's what ONPASSIVE is to me. I felt that. I felt the love. I felt the fellowship. I felt the camaraderie. I think somebody here used the word family. Absolutely fitting, absolutely true. And right at the top of the pyramid, the capstone is Mr. Mufareh, and it all emanates from him. He is our leader. He is our inspiration. And so I'm just going to kind of let it go right there. Thank you. I'm really enjoying the stories. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Jeffrey, and thank you so much for spending time with us as well. Up next, I see Dr. Bill Williams. Dr. Bill, if you would please unmute your mic. Would love to hear from you.
Hey, Julie, Milo, good to be on your show. What a time that was. We never could put into words how much it meant. I enjoyed that 5-hour wait at the airport. Was the shortest delay I've ever had. I never have sat in an airport 5 hours on purpose and enjoyed it more, seeing all the friends walking up. I was one of the first people in the airport, got there about 3:30, and I don't think we left there till 7 o'clock? It was quite a time. I remember Jeffrey running up, one of the last ones to get there, and he jumped up in the air about 3 feet when he saw everybody and was yelling at the top of his lungs, "Hello, everyone." And so everybody that shows up, everybody else greets them. And that was kind of a highlight because we all knew each other. And the people all around us kept looking at us like, "When are you going to leave?" And one time the cops came over and checked us out and said, "Do y'all need anything? Are you lost? Do you have a ride?" So we assured them, yes, we have a ride. And finally, we got a ride. We didn't even know what hotel we were going to be at. We had the hotel shift on us. Did anybody tell that story?
No.
Yeah, we had a booking at the Mandarin Oriental, and it got canceled on us at the last minute. Right as we were at the airport, our hotel got unbooked, electronic failure in the system or something, reset all the reservations, and we lost our meeting room and our hotel rooms. And Ash had to rebook everything from the time we got there to the time we actually left the airport. I pulled it off, and we went to a major, excellent restaurant and a major, excellent hotel. And, the Mandarin Oriental is number one. If you're looking at hotels around the world, that was number one. And so we moved to another one that was just equally as good, I felt. So we were starting off seeing how Ash can work miracles. Now, I kind of enjoyed this whole process because I've been giving masterminds and teaching and doing a lot of things with groups of 20, 30, leading mission trips to Africa. And I noticed something very clear about Ash as we sat in different settings, at different dinners, at different meetings. This guy's in charge. This guy knows what's going on, what to do. And he employs tactics that bring teams together. He's no amateur. I mean, if you look at leaders and the way they operate, Ash has more going for him than anybody realizes. He's a very studied man about how to prepare and do things. Obviously, he's put together something nobody else has ever done. And I just see from experience that we're in good hands. I likened it to the Captain Kirk of the Starship Enterprise. Can you imagine? He's on the bridge of the Enterprise and he's fixing to launch something from Dubai. I mean, he's looking into the screen on the deck of the Starship Enterprise. He's looking out over the universe and he's seeing what's going on in Dubai and he's seeing what's going on in Hyderabad. He's looking over the crew, and over here on this side, there's Spock. And that's, who is Spock in our group? Might be Peter Schur. And then over here, there's Scotty, the engineers. We had 3 engineers. Then over there, there's Uluru, and I think that's you, Julie. You're the communicator, communication specialist. That was Lieutenant Uluru. And what about Bones? I guess I've got to be Bones. So I'm the medical guy. And thank goodness we didn't have to deliver any babies or pull any teeth, but I almost pulled 2 guys' teeth this weekend. They were having toothaches right there. And instead of getting their teeth pulled, they decided to come to the meeting. And they said they were hurting, but they were putting up with it. So I was ready to work. I had my lobster nutcracker in hand and I was ready to use it. Let me tell you guys something funny. Not funny, it was instructive. I was sitting on one side of Ash and Julie was sitting on the other. And we had a whole stack of oysters, raw oysters on a shell. And Ash talked Julie into trying raw oysters. Was that your first time?
Yes, it was my first time trying.
Okay, so I love raw oysters, and Ash and I had a stack of them down in Orlando. And so he knew I liked them. And so he didn't pay any attention to me, but he didn't know if Julie liked him or not. And so he fixed them just right and handed it to her and showed her how to sip the oyster right out of the shell. Just pour it right in, raw. And like a really big girl, she took it down and she said, "That's good." And she didn't choke and she didn't gag. I really believed her. She did like oysters. So we have a new convert to the Oyster Fest. So that was fun. Everybody around the table that didn't like oysters, let those that have them have them. And we had shrimp and lobster and crab and you name it. He even leaned over and said, should we order the caviar? And so he ordered caviar for the whole table. That's the kind of guy Ash is. If you want it, he's going to give it. If we need it, he'll build it. And he goes the extra mile. I saw him work the room like a professional networker. He made sure everybody felt comfortable, that they were heard and attended to. You don't find that out of too many CEOs. Usually that's you'll see somebody who's trying to work up the ladder, but he's already at the top of the ladder and he's still doing that. So that was meaningful to me. If you look back at the whole operation with all the setbacks that were under the table that you didn't know about, it still came off as a mighty event, a magnificent event. And I'm glad I'm there with everybody. I'm glad I met everyone. The strength of our organization is in the leadership at the top. And we have a tremendous amount of intellect and communication ability within our leadership community, not just in the leadership council, but people that come in just below that Ash brings up to the next level. And so I was real pleased to see how well people communicated throughout the entire group. And they all had something to say that was meaningful and provocative and special for the people listening around the world.
Thank you, Dr. Bill. Thank you, man.
bet.
That was awesome. Thank you so much. All right. And next up, let's go to the, I think might be the last one from Boston that we've got.
We actually have Cynthia Brown. I just brought her
Oh,
on.
is Cynthia in? Oh, I didn't see her hand up.
Yes.
Great. Okay. Well, we can't wait to hear from Cynthia, but right now we got the big guy himself, the big guy, Gersminder the Hillian. Come on down, brother. I loved meeting this guy, man. I loved everybody, but man, this guy was excitable. Go ahead, Gersminder.
Oh, wow. Thank you, Milo, and thank you, Julie, for inviting me here and sharing our experience with everyone. What a wonderful experience, what a wonderful event, and what a wonderful and historical week we had, all the founders around the world. And I was so excited because my actually work started a week earlier when Ash told me to that some founders, they will be going to Hyderabad office, and I said okay. Then we have to pick someone and leave someone, a lot of headaches in the teams, but we did manage good, and then we increased the number. So ultimately we ended up with 50 people sending over to Hyderabad, and that was really a great thing to happen to all of our founders, those who were going there. And so people were such a we can say surprise some of the new founders that they are going to Hyderabad office. And then suddenly Julie call came that yes, Gersminder, you are going to Boston. And I was so like surprised for that. Yeah. And then Ash also messaged me, yes, come to Boston. And then the next day I prepared for that. And because from here, Vancouver, we don't have a direct flight to Boston. Either I have to go to Seattle or to Toronto, and then it's a long, I think 8-9 hours of altogether flight. But I did manage, and I reached over there on morning of 30th of that day, 30th March. And but I was not knowing anything that where I'm going, which is the hotel, and it was just conveyed to me that you are going to that hotel. And I went there, and there nobody was there because it was early in the morning, 6 a.m. and everybody was sleeping. I said, oh, what, where I'm at right place or what? I went to reception, and I think they messed up something, and they said, oh, we don't have a room here for you. I said, okay, that's good. And then I just messaged Julie. She was wake up at that time, and she responded, thank you, Julie. And when she came there, I said, oh, thank God, somebody's here for me. And Julie, thank you very much. You met me early in the morning, and she just told me that everything is good. We're going here and there, and 9 a.m. in the morning, we will be meeting at the conference room. And guys, then I just got just suited, booted, and when I went over there, and the breakfast table, oh my God, I made all these wonderful faces over there. And the amount of hugs I got from all our leaders out there, that was really so much of love in those hugs that I cannot express those feelings that which I was going through. And I was happy to meet you all for the first time. No matter we have seen all of each other in the webinars and talked many times, but meeting in person and with so much of love, with so much of tight hugs, I think that was a really amazing thing to happen. And then we went to the conference room, and there we talked with each other. And then came the man, Mr. Ash Mufara. And that was really a surprise thing, because we have been with Mr. Ash from almost last 4 years. and meeting that person whom you follow from the last 4 years was really a surprise for me to see Ash in front of me, and what a humble person he is. And he came, and me and Peter Sroor was just sitting over there when he came that, and he just came and hugged me so tightly. And I told Peter, these moments need to be captured on my phone. So thank you, Peter, for creating those memories for me. And you clicked the ultimate pictures, which actually went viral in India, all over the world. All those hugs with Ash, and Ash was so sweet. He was real. And meeting him, and then that blast, what Ash told us on that 30th of March, that is a history. I think we all enjoyed that moment, but at the same time I was communicating with the Hyderabad guys also. There was also lot of things happening, and all these things were going on. And what a wonderful feeling, because a meeting like these, which was conducted in such a professional way, which was going live all around the world. And there, what was shared over there was really a thing to watch for all of us. And we enjoyed every moment. And yes, the dinner was so amazing. It was a dinner meeting, and so many things happened over. We enjoyed a lot. And dinner for 5-6 hours. I think it was 1 a.m. then when we left over that restaurant. And whatever the things happened, we talked so much. Ash literally, I think he brought up all of us that what we actually think that in the past 3-4 years, what we have like experienced in this whole process. And everybody around there, they spoke with their heart, their experience, like how they have actually transformed from their lives, their thinking from last 4 years, where we are today. That was really a thing to watch, and to listen everybody their experience. And one thing which happened really great was that when dinner actually got over, we were outside the restaurant, and we were waiting for our Uber cars. And Ash came over there, and Ash came, and I thought that for the last time, because my flight was early in the morning, 6 a.m. So I thought that now Ash has come, so meet him for the last time and say goodbye to him. And I went over there, and Ash told me, okay, Gurusminder, wait here. He called his driver from the other side. He was sitting in his Escalade. Is it not driver, like he used to hire him for 2-3 days, and whenever Ash required him. Actually, he has a limousine company in Boston also. And then Ash pulled him that, okay, his name is Paul. Paul, come out. And Paul came out. And Ash told, look, he's Gurusminder. He's from your community, Punjabi community. And you just talk to each other. I said, what? Oh, come on. And then we talked actually. And I was surprised when Paul, he told me, Gurusminder, who is this person? Who is this person, Ash? I said, what happened? You are driving with him day and night whenever it is required. You might be knowing better than me that who is this person. He said, no, like I want to know about this person, because whenever he talks in his car, whenever they have a conversation, he's like a above average thinker, not like us, like what we actually think. He's above us, above whatever he speaks with such a conviction, he speaks with such authority, that appeals to my mind. Just tell me, what is he? And I say, well, he's Mr. Ash, and he's making this company ONPASSIVE, and we are part of this ONPASSIVE, and we have just launched in Dubai. And he told, yes, that's what I'm wondering, that you all people, 20-25 people, you are here with him from the last 5-6 hours at the dinner table. And then in Dubai, something is going on. I have seen the pictures. And what's going on, man? I have known this person, and he's looks like he's a genius. Can you tell something about this person more? He was curious to like them. I said, yes, definitely we can, but Ash is getting late for going back, and even our Uber is right here. So can we talk in the morning? He said, yes, definitely. Early in the morning, I'll call you, and please let me know who is this person. And definitely his phone came, and before his phone came, actually Ash texted me that this is Paul's number. You just talk to him. And I said, okay, Ash. And in the meantime, Paul phone came to me, and I described him. Yes, this is Mr. Ash. He is making something this. And the other thing what he told me, okay, come on, how I can be a part of this huge mission. And I said, like this. And Ash in the meantime messaged me, Gusminder, just I don't have any links and everything. You have the link. Come on, grab it, because I'm not want to recruit anybody. Go. And within second he was in. I was just amazed that how people minutely watch Mr. Ash and what he says, and people are so impressed with whatever word he speaks actually. And it is that effect that people around the world, they are coming to this company, and people are sharing this everything. They get impressed with what Ash is saying. People, I think, when we join, we actually also think in the same way that what Mr. Ash has spoken in those 2 videos, that is true. And people now, they are same thing. I think Ash has not changed. He was true to his words at that time also. He's true with his words right now also, when he has made ONPASSIVE such a huge. I think we are really fortunate to have a CEO like this who has not changed. His vision has got so big that still people are getting into his vision and coming. And so it was a wonderful experience. I think I'm going to remember this forever, and meeting all the wonderful faces. I don't want to name, but one name I'll mention. My brother Chris Johnson. He was sitting beside me at the dinner table, and I don't know what he just literally gave me so many things to eat. I was eating those things for the first time, but he pushed me to, Gosmother, eat this thing, Gosmother, eat this thing, and I ate, and I was so full. Thank you, Chris, for your efforts, and I love you.
Thank you, Gusminder.
Thank you, Julie.
So much. Thank you. It was great to see. I was the first one seeing you. It was
Yes.
really cool to meet you, and thank you, everyone. When I communicated with everyone, so did Peter and Chris, and everyone was so willing to work and willing to say, putting efforts in, and you were one of them, Gusminder, that you just took it. Okay, no problem, got it. And then you showed up, and there's no name in the hotel, but you were collective. You were so grateful, and you texted me, and thank God I was up at that time, so I came down. But I was so glad. And the kind of crazy thing is that I can tell Gusminder, go ahead and just book it and put it in the tab. It was really fun. We're able to do that. So thank you so much for being here with us. All right. Last but not least, we have Cynthia Brown here with us. I'd love to hear from you, Cynthia. And then after Cynthia, Niraj will be speaking. And then after Niraj, I would love to have Mohammed come out to share with us a little bit, but remember, just a little bit teaser only, please. And then if we have more time, I know that we have more time, would love to hear from the panel as well. So Cynthia Brown, if you would, please.
Hello, everyone. I was just so over the moon, just being with everybody, and I've never been anywhere on a plane and stuff by myself. And I was so nervous. I didn't know what I was going to do. But Peter paved the way for me so well that I didn't have a worry in the world. And then when I got to the airport, it was like a whole family reunion. Everybody was so glad to see each other. Masks came off. We were running and hugging and grabbing and touching. It was just really amazing to just be in everybody's presence. And around the dinner, I want to speak on Susie McCrae. She kept making me eat everything. I ate caviar for the first time. I didn't like it when I first put the eggs in my mouth, but she said, "Here, put it on this cracker." She showed me how to build it and eat it and everything, and it was good. It was the first time I ever ate caviar, but I just loved just how everyone was just sitting around the table, just laughing and close and hugging, and it was just amazing. And everybody have their own personalities, you know. Um, Bob and Oliver, I was so amazed to meet them, our tech guys. You know, they just are very sweet guys. And Jeffrey and Dr. Bill Williams, it was just so great to just talk to each one of them. And Julie and Lynn are just sweethearts, you know, and Lynn is just the littlest thing. Milo is a gentle giant. He just stayed by my side most of the time. He kept telling me how much he loved me. He's just a big sweetheart. And John White, he just kept cracking jokes on me, and every time he got a chance, he had a funny joke. We just had a lot of fun, you know, just glad to be around each other. It was just really amazing. And, you know, Ash Mufareh, he's a different kind of man. I've never met anybody like him. I've never seen a CEO like him to spend time with us like he does. And even when we were having technical difficulties and everything, we were all freaking out, he was just so calm, cool, and collected, like nothing was happening. You know, he's just always he's just always together. And I love that about him. You know, and then when he let his hair down to spend time with us, he's so playful and giddy and just, you know, gives everybody their moment and their time, and he makes sure that you had your moment. You know, he's just that kind of person. He's very lovable. And then when we went around the time when they showed the homeless, when they were feeding the homeless, it was just so emotional in that room. I was sitting next to Milo and I forget his name, Daryl Cook. And when I was, next thing you know, I looked, they kept sneaking their arms under my arm, stealing my tissues where they were sitting next to me crying. But it was really, really an emotional thing. And then when Marty got on in to speak, everybody started crying. It just was truly amazing just to be there, just to be in everybody's presence, you know, all the leaders and just to finally meet Ash, to just touch him. And he does smell good. He smells really good. That's all I have. I don't want to take up a lot of time, but I really enjoy each and every one of you, and I love you all. And I can't wait to meet some more founders and the ones I met again. Marty, I'm coming to Jersey to meet you.
It's gonna be fun, that's for sure, Cynthia.
Yes,
It was a great time. All of us had a great time. So, all right, let's move on to someone who is in Hyderabad. How about Mr. Niraj? He was at the show in Hyderabad. Come on, tell us, take about 5 minutes and tell us what you got.
Thank you, Milo and Julie, for this opportunity. First of all, let me be very frank in telling you that I was not expecting an invitation, especially when I had gone to Hyderabad for the first time. This was my second time. So, frankly speaking, I was not expecting an invitation. So, thank you, Ash and Gusminder. Thank you for considering my name. So, that was the first thing. Second thing, when the booking for the plane was done, I the booking of the seat number, the seat which I got was a middle seat, and I just wanted to tell Milo, I'm maybe shorter than you, but not much a difference. So I hope why I'm telling this point is that in Indian Airlines, there is when you have a middle seat, there is very less leg space. So I was worried about how my journey is going to be, but I was lucky enough because the staff in Hyderabad actually changed my seat to the aisle seat, where so I had scope for my legs to extend. And So thank you, Hyderabad. So these are little things that Ash and his team looks into. I just wanted to stress that point. Next, the when I got down at Hyderabad airport, like it was a celebrity welcome. It's not just Ash and his team does it in Boston. Believe me, that the whole impact is there. The whole team has actually taken those good things from him, and you are treated like a celebrity. So after that, this next one was the obelisk. You guys talked about how important it was and how important you felt obelisk was. But I was there in Hyderabad. I could see the emotions that were there. That I had to control my emotions. But let me tell you that obelisk was wonderful. We gave it to three persons from different organizations. You already saw the video, but believe me, that experience was one of a experience. And if this is happening, and why I'm more interested and why I'm talking about this is, oh, this is happening before the company is launched. A lot of companies do that CSR activities when it is officially launched and all that, just to show that they are doing something to show the government. But here the intentions are very, very noble. So that's what I just took it from there. Next was the event that we watched it live. Uh, I don't know what is the best sporting event in US, but I can tell you, if it felt that you are watching a event, like a live event, like I suppose it's the American football. So you are watching like an American football live, the one that is biggest in US. Similar to that, like I felt that I was watching an event like that, and believe me, the whole of Hyderabad founders, whether the person, it did not matter in whose team he was, whether he had good relations with me, bad relations with me. We maybe have not talked to them sometimes, but everyone was excited and we hugged each other in Hyderabad. You won't have seen those pictures, but I can tell you that from my experience, and that was the golden moment for me. Next was about we came back to the hotel at around 1 o'clock or 1:30 in the night, and I actually, if Pushpinder remembers, I actually did a call, WhatsApp call to him, and I was fortunate enough to speak to a lot of leaders. So thank you. That was a very extremely good experience. Uh, Another experience was Marty. Let me tell you, uh, there are a lot of fans of you in India. They are still asking me why you're crying, why you're emotional, why you were so emotional. And I always tell them that see that clip at maybe 2 hours 30 minutes in that particular video where Ash is in emotions come out. So you will understand the whole picture. So that was very interesting. Another thing which I liked about Boston is uh, uh, like when when all the leaders were speaking, you might have not realized, but when you guys all were speaking, was Ash was standing behind you. So that was a very noticeable thing, and I just want to tell you I enjoyed a lot. And lastly, Mohammed Kamal, I've been trying to speak to you. I will speak to you definitely one of the days. And thank you for all the contribution you have done. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Niraj. And I'm glad every single one of us who traveled made it home safely, and there was no accident, no incident. Everyone was arriving safely and everyone had rested. Up next, I would love to call on Mohammed Kamal, Mohammed Kamal, we really appreciate you spending time here with us, and such an honor to have you here with us as well. If you would please unmute your mic.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Milo. Thank you for all the amazing leaders here and the amazing team. And really, it was my pleasure to be with all of you here. And really, it was a historical day. Okay, it's 30 March. It's nobody can forget it, and it will be memorable for all the time. I don't know what you want me to say, but really, the behind the scene, it was really a lot of things, a lot of issues that can happen in the last minute. And by the way, thank you, Marty, for all your support. I am the one who is bothering him to tell him our team contacting you. And we have a lot of things for the connections and the technical. Thank you, brother. Thank you very much for your contribution with us. And really, it was a fantastic day. And I cannot forget it. When we are in the bridge, when we are taking the photos for Burj Khalifa, and it was planned to have multiple screens at the time, but can you imagine this fountains, the dancing fountains, around, I got some numbers, 150,000 persons visiting these fountains per day to see the shows. So the most crowded time is from 8 to 10. For that reason, we pick 9 o'clock. So this is the most crowded people there. We try to get photos and screens from different aquarium, ice rink, cinemas, and everything. But really everyone was watching and everyone was video and using the internet. So we couldn't. So we decided to focus only on Burj Khalifa. It was around maybe 7 persons in different locations. They are standing, they are taking videos, but cannot go live stream. Cannot. You have in this area more than, I believe, 50,000 persons standing and taking videos and watching the movies. So it was not an easy job, but really it was a fantastic.
Thank you so much.
It's unbelievable.
Thank you.
The last thing, really, guys, it was a very honor and a pleasure to work with Mr. Ash Mufarrah. You never imagine this person. I'm working with him now since almost 1 year for this project, and you cannot, and you will never imagine how this person loved all the founders, how this person loved ONPASSIVE, and he doing whatever it takes to make ONPASSIVE not in the top, at the very, very, very top. So it was our honor and pleasure to have a beloved founder and visionary like Mr. Ash Mufarrah. Really, it was our pleasure.
Wow.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mohammed Kamal. We can't wait to hear from you again on ONPASSIVE 360 on Wednesday. Everyone, if you are watching now, it's really a good time for you to subscribe the YouTube that you are watching currently. There's going to be a show that's coming on with Marty, Chris, and Red Redfern on Wednesday. It's called ONPASSIVE 360. We're looking forward to hear from Mohammed Kamal as well. Thank you so much for being here with us. I noticed that Peter has his hand raised. Let's have Peter have the floor, and then we are going to go to all the hand raised. Peter, if you would, please.
Thank you, Julie. I just wanted to wish Mohammed Kamal and everybody, today is the first day of Ramadan, the holy months for the people that celebrate it. So I just want to wish everybody Ramadan Mubarak. Thank you very much for all that you do. I worked with Mohammed Kamal in particular for well over a year now, and he's a fantastic gentleman, big heart, and I really enjoyed every minute speaking with him and working along with him. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you, Peter. Thank you, Mohammed. It was great, man. The show was great. Listen, we're going to change kind of the format now. We're going to go, we'll try to get to whatever hands we can. I know we're running way short of time. So if you do want to talk, get your hand up now. When we run out of time, we run out of time. We're going to allow 2 minutes for everyone to talk. So please try to keep it to 2 minutes so we can get everyone in. So first up, we got Mr. David Graham. Come on down, David.
Thank you very much, guys. I'm still buzzing from Wednesday. What can I say about Wednesday? I took the day off especially from work, and when I seen the Burj Khalifa in the background, I just knew where it was straight away. I've been to Dubai many times, and what a place to have the top event happening for all the the great founders in this company. You know, I'm still lost for words. I feel so blessed to have leaders like yourself, Milo. I thought Marty done a fantastic job, and when he started crying, I started crying with him. And Redfern, what a guy! What an absolute leader that man is. He really is, and I'm going to keep it very, very short. I just can't wait to meet all of you people. I tell you what, I'm passionate. I love ONPASSIVE. Ashmi Farah is just what CEO does this for people? You know, you don't meet these. Ashmi Farah, he should be. He will. I truly hope he will be getting the Peace Prize. You know, the Nobel Peace Prize. And for us to be in Dubai, and Microsoft and Apple aren't, yeah, big hands up to correction to the corruption, all because of Mr. Mufara. And thank you, Julie. Thank you, Milo. All the people on the panel, all the leadership council. I don't get to speak a lot because I'm a busy man. I've got my little son in the background there who's disabled, and he takes up a lot of my time. And but I can't wait to meet you all, and you're gonna get to meet Chester. And hats off to you all, guys. I love you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate you coming on and share with us as well. All right, Shashanta, if you would please unmute your mic.
Hi, good morning from Bangladesh. Hi, Julie. Hi, Milo. Thank you, all the panelists. Good to see all the leaders around the globe. I'm really speechless. Last 2-3 days, what we are listening, that's are amazing. Actually, I don't have any word to express my love and gratitude to all the ONPassivians, especially to our CEO, Mr. Ash Mofada. Actually, I joined in ONPASSIVE in October 2020. Since my joining to till date, I am listening, I am watching so many surprises. So I am really waiting for more and more surprises. Actually, before 30th March, we were in dark and we were in thrill that what is gonna happen on 30th March. But what we saw, we couldn't express, we couldn't stop our tears. That's why Ash said you should sit with the tissue box. Thank you, Ash. Thank you for giving such a nice platform. Thank you, everybody. I love all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you for coming on. All right, next up we got Mr. Ty. Ty, come on down, brother.
Hey, how you guys doing? What's up, man? Hey, I wanted to say this, right? I love Ash, and I love the whole big, huge event and everything. It was like mind blowing. But I am so proud of you guys. You guys are the best leaders in the whole wide world to ever look the way you do and represent the company the way you do. I mean, I watched you guys for years, and I'm like beaming with pride for all of you. And I just really appreciate Julie and Milo. You guys did an interview with me a long time ago, and it was a real good one. And I got on the map that way, really. And I have a lot of pride for a lot of people, like Jeffrey Morlock. Jeffrey Morlock, I've been watching him for a long time about ONPASSIVE. And these guys got a lot of knowledge about ONPASSIVE. And I was like, wow, man. And Marty makes me feel right at home. I watch him all the time. Him and his family and his bird and his it's like I'm right there in his house. You know.
Hold on, I'm trying to look for the mic. Okay, go ahead, Ty. I've got it covered.
You're muted, Ty.
You're muted.
Muted.
Ty, you're muted. Can't hear you, Ty.
He's chatting away.
Yeah, sorry, Ty. We can't hear you.
You're muted.
I don't know how I got muted. Anyway, I just want to say thank you for all you guys are doing, and you guys, I'm proud of you because you guys look awesome. You look beautiful, and you guys are representing the company really well. And I think it's right. I'm like beaming with pride. I can't help to say something to you. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ty. I didn't realize that you have a Dixie as the name, so I saw a noise, so I'm trying to mute every mic that has a noise.
Dixie is George Giegel's mom, and she's right in the other room.
I see. Hi, George.
So I'm at her house. This is her computer.
All right. Thank you so much, and I'm sorry. All right. Right now, I noticed that we have 4 hands, and if we all could keep around two minutes, then we can get all 4 hands together. All right. So up next, I see Marie Pendy. Marie, if you would please.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Marie Pendy. I'm zooming in from Virginia, USA. I have to say that I watched the unicorn called ONPASSIVE being born in a magnificent way. I don't know if anything else will top that, and it's all to the top. I don't know what else can top that. So I have a few questions, just one for Mohammed Kamal and Peter Sorrell. Every morning, I join you guys for webinars every morning after morning. So my question to you, Mohammed and Peter, did you know, Peter, that Mohammed was working on this project that we saw?
I did not. Everything was kept quiet, very quiet. He's a man with integrity. If he had a deal with Mr. Ash, I know he kept it quiet for a reason. And
Yes.
I don't bug people to get information from them. If they voluntarily give it to me, great. If not, that's okay too. It's all for our goods, for all the founders' good.
Yes, I have to doff my hat off and respect Mohammed Kamal, because every webinar is both of you. We are all there chiming in, just watching. And for you to have pulled this off, I respect you. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Mary. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Marie. Thank you. All right. Next up, let's see. We've got 3 more left. Abdi. Abdi, come on down, brother.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you good.
Hello, everybody. My name is Abdi Alaso. I'm calling from Somalia, Mogadishu at the moment. Hello, Julie. Hello, Milo. I love your show. I like the Friday show. Today, even on Saturday. Hello also to all the leaders, magnificent leaders. I don't want to say a name, but you are doing a great job. And also, I want to thank our CEO, Ash Mafarah, for pulling this off. I don't want to take my time, but all I want to say is that on passive is absolutely my life. I mean, I can't imagine how excited I am every day, and to see what I saw last Wednesday is no doubt that on passive is not only the way to change humanity, but on passive will take every human being to the top. All they need to do is believe it, jump on board, and just take advantage of this phenomena unicorn. And also, I want to also say to my great leader, I want to thank him for bringing me on board. And I mean, when I saw on passive from the first time, I love it. But I want to thank Dr. Bill Williams. I want to also thank my small Somali community who believe on passive and join me and show this. And I also want to thank Dr. Mohammed Kamal for also pulling this up in Dubai. I know it's a very hard work. And I want to say Ramadan Mubarak to all the brothers and sisters in the Muslim community for a blessing month that was born. Thank you, Julie Milo, and have a great one.
Thank you so much, Abdi. So good to have you with us. Up next, my second angel, and as important as my first angel, Terry Thompson. I see that you have your hand raised. Terry, if you would please.
Hi, thank you, Julie. Thank you, Milo. Both of you so much for having this particular show, because we get to live through all of you that represented us at the great event. And I have to say, I love hearing the stories of what happened before. I mean, those are funny, but I do believe that everything worth waiting for is worth fighting for. And all of you made it there safely. It went off beautifully. What an amazing opportunity to, again, live this through you. I'm very proud of all of you. I mean, you just represented us just in the best way possible. And I'm a person that observes little things. I just see every little thing that happens. And boy, you are all a team. I mean, the way I saw Susie gave a hug to Mr. Ashmafar for all of us, and she meant that, and we could feel it on this end. I saw Mr. Ashmafar call Julie over. He needed a little bit of help, and there she was, Lynn sitting next to his side supporting, and then people behind the scenes, Chris and Milo and Peter, and things that we might not see, but we get to hear what you have done for all of us to represent. Thank you. Thank you so much. We are all blessed to be here, and thank you for representing us, all of us. We felt like we were there. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. Thank you, Terry. And it was great. And we wish everybody could have been there, but that's not just possible. But man, I'm so happy that I got to go. And next up, the last one we have is Akram. Come on down. I know Julie's got something to tell us too, but Akram, come on down, brother.
Okay, thank you, Milo. Give me opportunity to say something here. And firstly, congratulations to all the great leaders who have actually done in the behind the total scenario, because we have just observed here, but 13th March you did a great job. So we don't know the history in the backward side, because you know that in when Ash come just before the 7 days ago, he declared this is the big event 13th March, but in that just 7 days you did a great work. But I can't imagine it, how it is possible. Is the program, maybe it can be set for 2 months, 1 month in the whole, after then it can be complete. So in a short time, it is the big event, how it is possible. Maybe it has plan way, but we don't know. But there have a big achievement to all the great leaders. I think also the tech team in Hyderabad, everyone are doing great job. So I'm really so excited, and I am thinking that how it has possible in the short period. So that is actually really big surprise for all the founders. And also I want to congratulations to every founders. They are also get this message. They have the now it's the proud founders in the whole world, because they have, if someone have any doubt, they have no any doubt at this moment. So there everyone are very much at this moment enjoying their life, and they're thinking that their future is so much bright. So it is everything has been possible by our Ash, and also our great leaders. They are also so much dedicated, and everyone are so much cooperative. And for that reason, we are telling we are the ONPASSIVE family. In the whole world, we are the ONPASSIVE.
Thank you, Ash.
Yes.
Thank you very much. All right, let's bring Julie back. Julie, I know you got something you want to say, and then we will close it down. All right.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming on here to share with us. I would like to say something, and what I'm about to say is actually important to me. And first of all, I wanted to thank you so much in advance for you to listen to what I have to say here. It has been made known to me that I have not been a team player in several areas. And I wanted to take this opportunity to express to you that because of this has been mentioned, I can see where it may appear that way. And it made me realize that I have few things to work on. One thing I like to let you know that my intentions are not meant to hurt or make you feel that way. And I apologize if I have made you feel uncomfortable. Moving forward, I would like to work on myself by being more aware, but will also continue to follow my passion. And I'm always will pray that God will give me the wisdom to recognize what is right and what is wrong, what is right and what is wrong, and the difference between the right and the wrong. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to express what's really important to me. And I appreciate every single one of us here to listen to what I had to say. Thank you so much. And thank you so much for coming on here and share what you love. Milo, I'm sending it back to you.
Thank you, Julie. Thank you, Julie. And all of us need work. You know, we're all work in progress, you know, and you do a great job with what you do. You know, keep doing what you do and be passionate about what you're passionate about, you know, and that's great. I'd like to thank everyone that come on the show today. Man, you guys were awesome. Hearing all the stories were awesome. And we could go on for a long time longer, you know, but we have other things that we all want to do or get to do. And so we scheduled this. So I want to thank everyone, every one of you leaders that was there in Boston. I want to tell you thanks for coming today and sharing. And Mohammed, thank you so much for coming and sharing. Who would have knew Dubai? You know, you're an awesome guy, dude. And I wish you could have been there to meet us too. And one of these days, I'm going to get to meet you and get a big hug from you too. But anyway, Julie, this is such a fun show. And, you know, to hear all the stories and hear the love coming out, it was just a great time for us. So take it away and take us out of here, Julie. You do that the best. Come on now.
Absolutely, Milo. Thank you so much. I don't know how much I can say thank you to appreciate every single one of our founders around the world to come on to the Julie and Milo show and continue to support us for more than a year now. We've been here. We are working together as a team. And something that I haven't told even the individuals that involved in it yet, but in California, Southern California, we are going to have an in-person meeting here next Saturday. Well, actually 2 Saturdays from now. Saturday, April the 16th. We are going to have a room. We already booked it. We can't wait to get everybody together in Southern California. The event is going to be happening in Ventura County, which is closer to LA area than it was before. Terry Thompson and Sherry Durstaway, you are both of my angels, and you are there to support. I can't believe 3 of us have been a team to do this together for a year now. So I really, truly appreciate you. 3 of us are going to have that event, and Leon Holiday is another individual, is another founders that came on and booked the place for us. It is confirmed. I can't wait to start seeing more founders and start hugging them again. So please share, please spread the words, letting everyone know that the event on the 16th will be happening if you have friends and family in California. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. We appreciate you tremendously and appreciate you being here with us. Good night from Orange County, California.
Good night from Nashville.
Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Thank you, Julie and
everyone.
Milo.
Good night from Houston.
Good night, Julie. Bye, everyone.
At
the top. At the top.
You at the top.
On day.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
Love you all the pieces. Oh, it will ascend.
Come on up. See you at the
At
top,
the
then the
glow
next
of
top,
your
and then the next
beam.
top, then the next top, then the next top.
Shines every star. You'll feel part of